He's named one of the most influential creatives in the country, and he joins me on the Heavy Chef hot seat today. His name is Mike Schalit. Mike, it's such a great honor to be sitting next to you. I feel like I'm just going to burst creativeness and just be a creative genius after having this conversation with you. Welcome to Heavy Chef.
Thank you. Good to be here. Thanks.
You're working on a whole lot of amazing things. You're the founder and CCO of Net BBDO. Can you tell us a little bit about just the conception of that and how you landed here today?
Whew, that's a long ride. It's 25 years. That explains the silver highlights. Look, I guess we started in '94. Very idealistic, because you had to be. If you look at where the country was and where business was, there were a lot of people leaving the country, a lot of disinvestment. But we had a belief in a new democracy. And there was lots of uncertainty and all that. But that's actually, creativity thrives in that environment. So we started this idealistic new young creative company, proudly the first ad agency born in the new democratic South Africa. Yeah. And then the miracle happened. What an amazing, if you look back what happened in those first few years. It's my Diba at the helm and this miracle. And we just started doing like really interesting, innovative, experimental work. We always said we want to make more than ads. We want to make a difference because you felt that that's what the country needed, people putting back. And whatever we did, we weren't going to do boring ads. So we're going to break through, but we were always going to try and leave something better in our wake. And whether it was an emotion or a donation or something that built up young guys who were coming off the streets, or more diversity, which was definitely not around in those days. And so there were a whole lot of things. And we developed a culture and values, which we still have today. And I think that's where some of like the projects we're doing now, where I'm like, going in parallel with the agency, developing this Mull, designing ideas for good. That's kind of where that came from. It's always been at our hearts of the agency. And now I'm just, as a silver back now, official, I can now focus a little bit more on, while my young guys do all the cool work, I can maybe put it, but because it's more purpose driven, it takes a little bit longer. And you don't want to be distracted from the main agency. So they're doing that stuff and I can focus on putting back even more with creativity and ideas.
I liked what you mentioned a little bit earlier about the different projects, the purpose-driven projects that you do, in particular Mull, which is making a living. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, because look, in our industry, you have to, and we live by the mantra of creativity, ideas, the power of ideas. And we think a lot of people, whether they're businessmen or just the average person, underestimates the power of creativity. They don't see it for the powerful weapon it is. And if you look at Africa and South Africa, we're blessed. That's the one thing. It's our most key natural resource. We're blessed with creativity. Let's use it more, but let's show what we can do with it. So that's where Mull came out of that thinking, to go, let's use creativity to really make a difference. And it's a sharp, powerful weapon. It's not an indulgence. It's not just a whim. It's not just, oh, that's cute art. You can actually change things with creativity. So that's where we started building. We started with one library. You always got to start somewhere with one. Now we're doing our 14th in township schools and now in an underprivileged community in Salt River. But the point is that we've applied this creativity to problems. Because what is creativity? It's problem solving. And then we've seen that education is the thing that you can really build up people and give them, because especially libraries, if you think about it, that is where you can escape, that is where you can dream, that is where you can kind of see a whole new frontier breaking through in life. So if we had that opportunity, why don't we give young kids that chance so that they don't have to turn to crime or get frustrated, that they actually, books can take them somewhere. And maybe in 20 years' time, we'll have all these cool kids doing amazing things.
That's awesome. Now, you touched on the different libraries that the agency has opened up all around. Is it South Africa? It's in the country, yeah?
Yeah, so we've only, for now, because we found the statistic, 8% of like public schools have functional libraries. I mean,
Wow,
that's
that
8
is-
out of every 100. I mean, that's abysmal. So that shocked us. And that's when we went, you know what, if we're going to do anything where we leave something in our wake, let's leave a couple of libraries. And that's where we started. We started with a school in Alex that we'd actually worked with, where we started developing our thinking on creativity. We did this solar-powered billboard for Nedbank. And the positioning was make things happen. So instead of a poster or an ad that says, why don't we actually make things happen? So it had solar panels that actually fed power to the kitchen at the school, which fed the kids, provided security, and the bank had to pay the school because we built the billboard in the school grounds. So here's a poor school getting a monthly income from the bank. The bank gets a great PR and a great message delivered. Why can't a bank bring power to the people?
Awesome.
Because Nedbank needed to be more of a mass market bank. And then that school, we went, hang on, that school didn't have a library. So why we know that we've worked now here, let's start with the school. And we designed, and again, using creativity, we worked with architects. We built like something really cool because everybody should have a first class vibe. Like no hand downs, it's hand downs.
Yes.
So we made it cool and fun and amazing and used all our tools of creativity and ingenuity to get it built. And then the rest has sort of come from that.
So, I mean, it's no secret that sadly in South Africa, the education system is not the strongest, and many children lack the skill of knowing how to read. And so over the years, you guys have, well, the Mull project has developed 13 libraries so far, and I hear a 14th one is on the way. Can you tell us a bit more about that?
Yeah, I mean, and I think that's also a good thing, like put one foot in front of the other and things just start happening. And each time we've exposed, whether it's our clients, brands, entrepreneurs, and this 14th one was we were just doing an exhibition at First Thursdays, and a retailer, a men's retailer, Marlboro Originals, which are men's fashion. He has a store in V&A and Menlyn Park, so he's got a couple of stores around the country. But he just said, I love what you're doing with the libraries, because we had a whole thing about the libraries. I'd like to collaborate with you, because we did an invitation. Come on, how Mull do you want to be? Collaborate with us. And we said, cool, we'll do a range with you, and but you have to put a huge percentage, like 25% must go to the library. And he was like, cool, let's do it. And we came up with, in fact, I'm wearing one of the shirts now. We created all these different designs, fun stuff. And it said, wear it forward was the big campaign to people. We did a big window. So in the V&A, you walk past, said, wear it forward. You get a tea, Township School gets a library. Simple. And you got a bag and a sticker. And he was selling 3 at a time. And those funds have largely funded this next library. And it's in Salt River, which is near where the factory is, which is Maitland. So there's a nice little circle there where people can go, oh, those T-shirts we're working on, and wear it forward. It is actually for real. Here's this little school in Salt River that now is getting, there's the library, and they're bright and funky, and this library, you see through the fence. So it's really great to actually show people that this is not just words, it's action. And we call it creativism. It's like creativity needs action, and it's creativism. We love that vibe of, you got to be an activist, but use what we work. I can't pull out a gun, but I can pull out a pen or a Cokie or a film, a camera, and that's our weapon and our brains. So that's where we use creativity to make a difference. And then these are living, breathing things. The kids are so excited. I mean, we launch in 2 weeks' time, and they're already like hovering around because there's all little games on the outside. You've got to find the hidden letters, and there's Escher type design where they looks like there's steps going up, and so it's going to be cool.
Mike, you have incredible knowledge when it comes to the advertising industry. I mean, you've been in this game since, am I allowed to say? You've been in this game for a while.
Yeah.
And your alias,
early 80s.
Wow, and your alias is the creativist. What is a creativist?
I've always, in fact, when we first started the agency, I didn't want to be a creative director. On the first business card we did, I put creative activist. And then all the clients in those days were more straight-laced. Like now everyone's got weird names.
Yes.
Where's the creative director? No, that's me. But they said, but that says creative activist. What is that? So I go, well, that's what a creative should be. because we work with ideas, and ideas change things. And that's my big thing, you know. I don't want to do bland, boring stuff. I want to do stuff that changes something. So that's where, so I've always seen myself as that. And and the guys I employ and the guys that work with me, and they have that same energy and passion. And so that's what we look for. And it's not just creative guys, it's everyone. The ladies in the kitchen, they've got this geest and like this passion to do things better and differently. So even if you make a cup of tea, we're going to hash on your cappuccino, and you do hash cookies. This is the hash on the outside, but it's still quite fun, you know. They put some icing on. So like everyone can be creative in their own way, but it needs action. You can't be so clever and just write stuff down and then just quietly think it's going to happen. You've got to push it. You've got to actively get out there to make ideas live, because they a seed. It germinates, but it needs the watering and all that. You've got to fight for ideas.
So with creative agencies in the country, do you find that profit is more, in the forefront, or are creative agencies kind of turning, the way they think and are, putting purpose in front of everything more than profits?
I'd like to think they should, because I think anybody in today's day and age, if you can't see like the wood for the trees now. I mean, look what's going on. I mean, 25 years down the line in our democracy, like people are being selfish. You need to close that inequality gap. And if you don't find purpose, but I think you've got to do it in a sincere way. I can't speak for what people are doing up there. All I do know is that when I speak now to people or look at ideas that are coming through, they are much more purpose-led or purpose-driven. People are more, before they were like, don't come with your hippie, silly ideas now. Like, can we do like a proper thing here? Now people are like all saying purpose. It's a little bit being bandied around. So I think you've got to scratch a little bit to make sure there's no greenwashing and no, like, do you mean it? What purpose? It's got to be real. And that's where we challenge guys. Don't just say it's got to be for real. Like, what is that purpose? Sometimes we sit with a client and they've strategized some innocuous purpose. And we're going, but what is, that's just words. Where's the action? What's going to come out of this? And I think you've got to push really hard to get to something that's really meaningful.
That's incredible. Mike, thank you so much for your time. And we're really looking forward to hearing more from you, especially our Heavy Chef community. So thank you.
Cool, thank you.
Well, there you have it. You heard it here first on the Heavy Chef Couch. For more of our events and masterclasses, simply hop onto www.heavychef.com to find out more.